Hey y'all, we're back for another episode of Darcey and Stacey.
Yeah. That sounds like a better show, honestly.
Darcey and Stacey.
I like the name Starcy.
Starcy.
For a boy.
Daisy and
Starcy. For a non-binary child.
I like it Starcy.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer Daisy or Starcy? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, you know, I'm good.
You like Daisy?
I like Daisy.
It's like Daisy, but...
Yeah, I like Daisy.
Your whole life you'd be like... They'd be like, Daisy? No, Daisy. Daisy? Daisy. Well, that would be over and over again your whole life. I think Starcy would be the same thing. Stacey? Starcy. Darcey is like an old lady name, right? Darcy?
No, it's like old, like, you know, English, like Mr. Darcy. Like, you know, from Pride and
old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pride and Prejudice? Come on.
Yeah.
It might as well be like Agnes and Ethel, you know? I don't think I've known a Stacey in years either.
I know Stacey's.
Anyway.
But if you, we dare you, in the comments to name one of your kids Daisy or Starcy.
Yeah. And we dare you. We double dog dare you.
We dare you.
And if you let us know, we'll say good job.
Yeah, we'll shout you out on our big channel.
Yeah, we'll be like, hey, forget his name, but they've named their kid Starcy. Thanks, guys. Thanks, fans.
All right, so another episode of Darcey and Stacey, season 4, episode 8, and we're getting down, I think, to near the end of the season. And Darcey is not having the best of luck in her life. We start out with Darcey in the kitchen, right? Trying to make a smoothie.
I mean, if you remember how last episode ended with Georgie scarily begging Darcey to come back into his life. So now we're sort of like...
Wait, Florian.
I'm sorry.
Georgie. Yeah.
Georgie's begging Darcey to come back to him, and then we're waking up the next day with Darcey in the kitchen. Yeah.
Darcey in the kitchen trying to make a smoothie. I don't know. I don't know what was happening. I don't think she really wanted to make a smoothie.
No, I said this before. If you watch a lot of reality TV, let me know if I'm right. But these guys always make them cook something.
Yeah.
They're always like, just go to the kitchen and make breakfast for your family, even though you've never done that before.
They want to, like, oh yeah, we're just with you at home.
90 Day Fiancé is the biggest criminal of this. There's like,
they do that.
They're always making breakfast when you first meet them.
Yeah.
Like they're making breakfast, and in 3 days they're gonna fly to Colombia to meet their bride, right? And you know, they're like making the most basic breakfast foods. You could tell they're like putting frozen sausage in the oven, you know, like like they're not like, it's like not something they normally do.
The Kardashians do it too.
They fake. There's no way the Kardashians ever cook ever. They never cook.
So they'll be like, oh, just making some barbecue. No, you weren't.
They say that Khloe cleans because she has OCD or something. Have you seen that?
Bullshit. I think they just... She
cleans when she's stressed or something.
I'm so over it. She calls it Clo CD, and she had like a little like app for it where she would show all of her like organization and shit.
Clo CD.
That's so.
Wouldn't it be funny if It'd be funny if people treated that like an actual disease? Like, I got closophrenia. I got cloaids. Like, what? CloCD? That's like a thing that's debilitating for people. You ever see The Aviator? What if a CloCD app, you tracked how many bottles of pee you had up in your closet?
That'd be helpful.
Let's make OCD cute.
We could do a sunny sort of like beach theme to go with the yellow pee.
Yeah. Now we gotta color code everything to the pee.
You gotta have aesthetic.
And that means I have to eat the same vitamins exactly every day so that the pee matches the pee.
What are we even on about, man? What are we just going on?
What was the point of this?
Oh, right. Darcey is making a smoothie.
Oh, yeah. So it's like she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's a 90 Day Fiancé where they have this guy, Mike, who's like continually painted as a loser the whole season. And it's not completely... It's not his fault. It's not
Mike and Jimena?
It's not his fault. Yeah, Mike and Jimena. Like, he is kind of a loser, but they really portrayed this guy as bad as possible, I felt.
Yeah.
And they have him make breakfast for his dad who he lives with.
Yeah, his dad and brother, I think.
I think maybe his grandpa.
Maybe dad and grandpa.
It's like two older men who he lives with,
Yeah.
who are related to him somehow. He makes them pancakes, and they're like, "These pancakes are awful," and you can just tell like he's never done that before.
Right.
And they just told him to do that, and they do that all the time.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
Why? Yeah. So it's a thing they do. So she's making a smoothie.
And
all this to say, like, she doesn't know what she's doing.
And the smoothie just fucks up. Like, it explodes in the blender.
It's overflowing. Yeah, she put too much stuff in it.
She ends up just throwing it all out.
And then, she just pours it out.
Yeah.
As she casually talks about Georgie and how, I guess Georgie was calling her all night and...
Yeah, saying that Georgie's, like, blowing up her phone with all these texts and calls, and she won't answer, she won't respond, and...
She's not responding at all, which makes me feel like she's really done with him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like she's pretty done. But
when people break up and get back together a bunch, it's like, I feel like she would have fallen for that already.
Yeah,
if she had any actual interest in him.
Right. No, I feel you.
Although, like, we've been, like, guessing, like, if they're going to get back together or not. I guess we can talk about it later in the episode because...
Yeah, and some more relationship tea.
Yeah, we should talk about that at the end because there's, like, a lot of evidence that sort of pushes and pulls. Like, is Georgie really gone?
Right.
Is this twin wedding really off? Is there going to be some miracle where we get a twin wedding after all?
I really don't think so.
I hope not. If they do...
That would be crazy.
It would be not good, I feel like.
Definitely not good for anyone's mental state. Like, it's not gonna, like, not good. Ooh.
You know what might be even better instead of a twin wedding?
What?
Florian and Stacey divorce. Whoa.
That would be... No, because then we're gonna miss Florian.
Florian gets his own show.
Ooh.
Hold on. Not just Florian. The Florian and Georgie show.
Not even the most boring ass show.
Every episode, they're like, they're doing something that's dangerous to Florian.
And today we play soccer with rocks.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my homeland.
But the jet ski thing is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
when
the
he's
jet
like,
ski,
I can't swim, but we're gonna jet ski anyway. He's like, I never learned how to rock climb, but we're going up Mount Everest. There goes Cran.
Yeah, Cran. Is Cran in the shot?
She got a little bit of her back.
A little bit of her back. Yeah, Cran's on the move, which is not much moving for Cran if you know her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's talking about the whole thing with. We're going slowly through this.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's over Georgie. The summary of the scene is she's just sort of setting up the whole episode as she's over Georgie, and she's also doesn't feel like she could trust Florian anymore. She feels like Florian was sort of in cahoots with Georgie. She used the word cahoots later, which makes Florian's head explode. He's never heard the word cahoots. You could tell.
Florian's stressed.
Cahoots is a weird word. So, yeah, throw that at a guy who barely speaks English and is upset to begin with.
He has the frayed from cahoots.
Yeah.
But Florian and Georgie go ahead and get coffee, and Florian just like, you dropped my fucking ball.
That's right.
You
know, follow my rules.
You know, follow my rules. You do none of this right. Like, you just fucked up. Sorry, I'm getting Cran to come say like, he's just like, you did nothing right. Right, Cran? Nothing right. And so, as a result, he says, you're not going to be in the wedding no more.
Yeah. I like how the scene is kind of done, actually, because they keep cutting in between Georgie and Florian meeting, and then also, like, their individual interviews. So you sort of see their thought process completely play out. It's actually really well done in a way.
Way to go,
yeah.
Stacey and Darcey show.
That was kind of an artful scene when I think back on it. Because you don't realize that he's getting cut from the wedding until about halfway through the scene.
Right.
When he says in the post-interview, like, I have no choice. I have to make things right with my sister-in-law, and I have to cut Georgie.
Right.
And he did have some funny lines in here, although I'm forgetting. He said, like, big motherfucker mistake. Or something like that. Like,
big motherfucker.
I realized when he said he wants to say, like, he doesn't know, like, the words, like, really.
Yeah.
So he'll say, like, big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, like, you really messed up. He'll say, you big messed up.
Yeah.
Or he says at one point in this episode, you have to move on. You have to big move on.
Yeah.
From Darcey. You have to big move on.
I get that. Because when you're trying to, like, get through it in a language, it's like,
yeah.
you get what I mean.
Yeah, he's like got the pieces.
Yeah.
He's like, this means, think about what I'm
This
saying.
means a lot, so put it together with move on, do that a lot.
Yeah, it's time to big understand what I'm saying.
But yeah, and Georgie's sad about it, but it's like,
oh yeah, he seems devastated.
I don't know what's going on. Georgie has got to switch gears and get his life back on track because
he has. I mean, he's got. I'm sorry.
No, he is not. If he's still hung up on Darcey,
He's still hung up on Darcey. Is his only issue.
That's a major
He's got
issue.
his job going. He looks good.
Is his job going? We don't actually know.
He says it is. He says
because he doesn't actually look good to me. He looks kind of like a little bit strung out. If we're gonna be honest.
He was up all night. He was up all night calling Darcey. Don't forget.
He looked strung up when he got there.
I thought he looked good.
No, with his ugly ass blonde
his new hair.
I think he looks terrible. I think he looks bad. I think he's downgrading.
I mean, he bought diamond earrings. He couldn't do that before.
It could have literally been fake.
Maybe. He does say he bought those diamond earrings and he wanted to give them to Darcey because she shines like how those diamonds shine. Which
lie right there.
Which we all know is bright. She shines
right
bright like a diamond.
Muy mal.
So,
Darcey no es luminosa.
Oh, dang. Get her in another language. Get her in a language that none of them will understand.
Enchilada.
So, Georgie, there's another really funny part of the scene where Georgie's like, oh, I can't believe how bad it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a twin wedding. And then you see Florian's eye perk up like, oh my God, if I hear someone, you can see in his head, if I hear someone say twin wedding again, I'm going to swim back to Albania. Like, you can just see in his head like, no twin wedding. It's supposed to be all four of us getting married. Georgie says, and Florian's like, well, listen to me. It's over. You're out. Follow my rules. Come to the wedding.
Yeah.
He has something that's almost symmetrical that he says.
Pretty tragic.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Tragic ending.
So anyway.
Stacey and Florian meet up with Darcey at an art event.
Yeah.
And
Stacey and Florian show up there first.
Yes, Stacey and Florian meet up with Darcey. Or whatever.
Well, I'm just telling. I think you missed this scene when when I was rewatching it, but Darcey shows up late.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
So this is Helen's. You remember Helen from the boat?
Yes.
This is Helen's art event, and Stacey sort of talks about it in the very first scene, actually, when she's making the smoothie. Like, this is a big deal. Sorry, Darcey. Darcey talks about it in the first scene. Mm-hmm. Stacey talks about it in an interview. Like, all the who's who's are going to be there.
Why would they be there?
At this art event. I think it's called an art show, but they called it an art event. There? And whatever, they show up. Helen introduces them to a bunch of people who are like just people. This is a random array of people.
Lionel Richie was there.
Was he? I didn't see Lionel.
That would have changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That would have been awesome.
Why would Lionel Richie be there? Like.
So, but there is a woman they meet, and they look at her painting, and it's do you remember the painting?
What was it?
It's like a Black Panther on top of.
I know it's art event well, because I've said it a few times. Stacey, Florian, they go to the art event held by Helen.
Yeah.
Helen is the bitch from the yacht that knew that weird Israeli guy
Mike.
that we think is a clout chaser.
We think Helen is a clout chaser.
We think they're all clout chasers.
I think Mike is sincere about his vitamins.
I think
Mike is sincere about his health lotion scams. I think he's sincerely scamming people.
Was it vitamins?
No, it was like health tonics, remember? She's like, I'll take a few tonics. Remember? He's like, I do health.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Fountain of Youth type.
Yeah, one of those
shit.
Like weird
you want to look young forever.
Like those weird meta spas.
Yeah, it was anti-aging creams, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, so.
And he looked like a GI Joe. It was weird.
Yeah, that Helen party. What's going on? There's this weird lady there who's like, "Look at my art. It's me getting having a black.
It wasn't her.
Oh.
It was the lady who took the picture was some just random lady, and with an accent, and it was some lady in like leather with a panther on top of her.
Really?
And she had taken a photo, and she's like, "This just naturally happened." The panther was on top of the lady, and it looked like it was breastfeeding. So the whole theme was breastfeeding. The lady in the picture wasn't the same as the lady who took the picture.
Not bad.
Or the artist or whatever. And she said it could be an alien. It could be a panther. People breastfeed. I think it was the power of women, maybe, or the power of breastfeeding was the theme of the photo.
Yeah, I thought it was a lady. Let me know in the comments if you thought it was the same lady in the picture who was there with them.
Baby, it 100% was not. Not to be rude, but the lady who took the picture was kind of a bigger lady, and the lady in the picture was like a skinny dominatrix, like leather wearing lady.
Let me know in the comments. Thank you.
This is so kind of.
Just let me know in the comments. It ain't gotta be all that. It really ain't gotta be all that. Just let me know in the comments. But then Darcey comes through and is giving him the cold shoulder, but eventually once that lady leaves, starts talking to them and is like, "I'm hurt by how everything went down with with Georgie," and she's like, "Florian, you need to say it straight to Georgie. You need to tell him what the tea is.
Yeah.
And let him know how we gonna do it now."
Yeah. I had a thought about that. All right, so Stacey and Florian seem like they're both pissed off, by the way. Yeah. This whole scene. Mm-hmm. Like, they're supposed to be in the doghouse with Darcey because they brought Georgie and forced, like, Darcey to deal with this weird Georgie interaction. Mm-hmm. But they both seem, like, super upset. And Darcey still makes Florian call Georgie in front of them on speakerphone and basically say, "Don't ever talk to Darcey again." And it's just weird to watch, Florian, like Darcey through Florian cut Georgie's heart out. And it's just like, it's wild. And you don't feel too bad for Georgie because he was kind of a psycho the night before. Mm-hmm. But watching that like unfold on TV, it felt like a scene from the movie Saw or something, like just torture.
Yeah, we have sympathy for Georgie.
Georgie goes, "I guess I got my answer about Darcey." He says something like real.
It was sad.
Final.
It was sad, and Florian was just like, "Fuck you," basically. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the whole thing was sad. Honestly, I'm not happy about how it's all gone down.
Mm-hmm. For real.
But it's gone down. How it's gone down. But I hope Georgie actually comes back. I don't think anyone else is gonna be with Darcey.
But Darcey seems totally done with Georgie. It's like
she needs to go back.
I don't think for Georgie's sake, don't want him to come back. I mean, for Darcey to throw out this guy who is, like you said, the only guy who I think could actually hang with Darcey for a long enough time.
Who else is gonna deal with that? Yeah. And Darcey just threw it away, so she needs to. But
I have a theory that Stacey and Darcey, that this was filmed out of order. Because Stacey and Darcey Stacey and Florian are in such a shitty mood this whole scene that I actually think what happens next actually happened right before this. Which is, there's a little cut.
Stacey and Florian in car smelly feet.
Yeah, there's this like 30-second scene where Stacey's like, "Ugh, what's that smell?"
Yeah.
And Florian's like, "I don't know." And Stacey's like, "It's your feet. Your feet stink." And Florian's like, come on, Stacey.
Come on.
And then, but I think what happens, why they're in such a bad mood, is because they go to the
wedding venue.
The wedding venue. And I think that maybe what happened is the wedding venue thing happened first in reality. Yeah. Because I didn't understand why Florian and Stacey were so upset.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem specifically upset at Darcey, but they were just like
in a bad mood.
They were kind of being rude to Darcey, even though Darcey was the one who got wronged.
Sure.
Stacey was like, "Oh, you still mad at us?" Like they're doing that kind of stuff. Florian's like, dude, by the way, this episode, like Florian's like just going through awful. He has to like be shitty to his friend Georgie, and then he has to do this shit with the Harbor House is what it's called.
The Harbor House, where they head out or they check out to see if they can have their wedding there, and it's $40,000, I guess. And And Stacey's like, doable. And Florian's like, too expensive.
Yes.
And then
from the beginning, he's nitpicking it.
Yeah.
He goes like, I wish there was no dock out there. Remember that? He's like, I wish the pier was moved and we were up a little higher. Weird. He's just like nitpicking everything. He's trying to set up a way to say no.
Right.
Because he already knows it's going to be very expensive. So.
But still, he's right when it is too expensive.
I don't know. Is that what people really pay for weddings? I mean, maybe that's.
They don't need to be paying no $40,000.
$40,000 just for the venue.
That's too much.
I'm sure that's not including like, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff, photographers and all the other crap, whatever.
That's crazy. That's too much.
$40,000, yeah, but Florian, he's trying to do this all smooth. Like, I don't like it. It's basically a waste of money to me. But Stacey's like, you don't have any money, right in front of the wedding planner lady. And it's just like, dude, it's like we're watching him get, what is that shit they do to dogs? When they
chastise?
No, it's when you make it so the dog can't procreate.
Neuter.
Yeah, we're just watching Stacey neuter Florian. Neuter Florian right in front of this wedding planner. We're watching each cut of the scissors. Shink, shink, shink. Just another scene from Saw. Stacey's like, over and over again, Florian, you don't have any money.
Damn.
I have all the money. You have no money. You want to say no, but you're not paying for anything anyway. Waste of money. You don't have any money. We're going to do it. Book it.
It's rough. It is.
She doesn't just take away his, like, you have no money, so you have... Like, so, what are you talking about? But she's also like, you don't get to make any decisions about your wedding anymore because you don't have money.
It's bad.
If these roles were reversed, I think she'd get canceled. Like, if it was a guy saying that to a woman, like, you're not paying for anything anyway.
That'd be evil.
Yeah, it would be like, for some reason, it's like, because men are supposed to have money or something. It's like, okay, or I don't know. Stacey, I didn't get this judgment of Stacey this season that she's like actually just like a mean person.
I've never liked Stacey's personality. I've never liked it. I've never liked Stacey. Like, I've never liked Stacey. Like, never have liked Stacey.
I think it would be difficult to come up with very many scenes from this season where Stacey was saying or doing anything nice.
Yeah.
Even when she apologized, she's like, I said I'm sorry. Is that enough? Are you okay now that I said I'm sorry?
There's nothing positive about Stacey that I know.
I said I'm sorry. You don't have to have a bad attitude about it.
Right.
She'll do stuff like that. It's so nasty. But so yeah, I really was hating Stacey in that scene. I understand Florian's probably frustrating you, but you don't need to emasculate him like that.
That was just wrong, especially in front of the cameras.
Yeah. And that's why I think they were in such a bad mood at the art exhibit. I think they flipped the order of reality.
That could be the case.
Because I didn't know why they were so mad. But anyway.
But yeah, that was bad. It didn't go well. And then Darcey daughters visit and they do some shopping and they ask about Cicero and Darcey's like, well, I don't know, but I did see him Yeah,
Darcey started talking in a British accent. It was so weird.
But I did see him online taking a picture with some other bitch and they look kind of cozy. And the girl's like, well, you better figure that out. And she's like, I'm gonna figure it out. And so
we'll have to ask him later at dinner.
We'll ask him later at dinner because first we have to go to Florian's model shoot.
Anyway, let's buy all these candles for your college.
Oh.
Go on.
I'm
adding it on this detail.
I don't care about that.
They were just buying candles or whatever.
Irrelevant.
Why did they fly to Miami to buy stuff for her to fly somewhere else to live? From Connecticut, it's like, what is going on? It was such a horseshoe, the daughters, into the episode. I don't know why they just want to keep reminding us that Darcey has daughters this season. Like, they're in almost every episode, but they contribute nothing to any major plot line.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, honestly.
Whatever.
But yeah, so moving on, Florian's model shoot. He shows up to
He's got to work now, dude. He's like Stacey's mad at me.
It's not really a shoot. It's more of like a tryout.
An audition, maybe?
Yeah, an audition.
It felt like,
And for whatever reason, He's terrible, by the way. He's terrible.
We get this. It seems especially terrible because we get to see some guys who clearly actually model and they know what to do.
Right.
And it made him look even worse than like the last one we saw. Remember?
Yeah.
It was like awkward and bad.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, oh, okay, now I even know what it's supposed to be. This is really bad.
And at one point they were like, Florian, act like you're enjoying yourself at a party or something. He's like, don't know about that.
He said, to be honest with you, I don't really dance. All the other guys are like, they're all hot. Like, oh yeah, I'll dance for you, baby. They're flirting with her. Like, hey, you want to keep my shirt? Just kidding. I'll take it back. They're doing shit like that. They seem like, honestly, a bunch of scumbags, but
somehow Florian...
I can't imagine male models being very cool to hang out with. I picture Zoolander, type situation.
Yeah.
Of just, like, huge egos and low substance.
Sorry, y'all. I'm tired. I'm good through it.
But for some reason, I think they try and convince us that because she says Florian has a very distinct look of a foreign guy.
He has a foreign, exotic look or something.
Exotic foreign guy look. So she wants to use him anyway.
Which I think is bullshit.
No. Yeah, in my mind, it's one of two things. Either she's like, oh, this guy, I don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
Because he has no skills.
Mm-hmm.
I will hire this guy because I could pay him almost nothing and I still have the look and I can mold him into what I want.
Right.
That's one thought. Or the other thought, which I think is more likely, is the show told, said, hey, we'll help you out somehow if you hire Florian.
Yeah.
That's
what I think.
Way more likely to me.
Or they may have set this whole thing up for Florian.
Yes. All these people might be part of the show. But anyway, she offers him $150 for half a day.
I think it was $175.
Whatever it was not enough for Florian.
Yeah, and I think he rejects it, right?
He doesn't reject it. I think he says he has to think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to take it or not.
I guess we'll see.
But she's basically like, I'll teach him or whatever. She is astonished he doesn't just take it immediately.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? You're going to go get it. But it's like, he's like, I need more money than that. So Florian's put him in this position where he needs to make a lot of money modeling, but he's awful at modeling. So it's like, it's never going to work. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, me neither, but we're in Darcey and Stacey's world, so we'll see it.
Absolutely.
Next, we have, this is my favorite scene. Darcey and Stacey and Florian all meet up to have a double date, hopefully, with Cicero.
Yes, yeah. You like this scene?
Yeah, because it was just like, I told y'all he wasn't, I told y'all. But anyway, at the double date, Cicero hasn't texted or anything, and he hasn't been doing nothing. He hasn't let her know what's going on, and then an hour passes, so he doesn't come, and he basically stood her up.
Yes.
And Darcey said, well, he didn't have big dick energy anyway.
Yeah, that's how she, what do you call it when sour grapes? Mm-hmm. The fox is like, I want to eat them grapes, and he can't reach the grapes, and he walks away, and he goes, they were probably sour anyway. Mm-hmm. She did one of those.
She did.
He didn't meet up with us, but it doesn't matter. I could tell his dick was small. Got him, Cicero. One thing I noticed in this scene is how Florian ordered food. Did you see that? Yeah. He's like, I want to eat. And they're like, oh yeah, you haven't eaten all day, Florian, so you order an appetizer. And he goes, hey, can I have some calamari or whatever you think is best? And then the lady walks away and he goes, thank you, you are the best.
Florian's a funny guy, is what I'll tell you.
It was like borderline flirty or I don't know, or I love you if you bring me food kind of vibe.
Corinne loves this show.
Yeah, she does. She's always wide awake when we're watching.
Have y'all ever seen Cran's eyes fully open?
That's the episode though. So Cicero seems to be gone. Oh, it's not the end?
Matchmaker.
Oh my god, I forgot. This was the best scene of the episode. Our most important
key
scene. Key scene.
Key scene. I lied. Actually, no. The last scene was my favorite just because it proved me right. But this scene's good as well.
Yeah, this whole time you've been like, Cicero is fake. He's not into her.
He's not into. You were like, no, he just is busy. He's just busy with his daughters. He has daughters.
That
was Jason.
He might have been. We don't know. My whole point was just like, we don't know. Let's not judge him yet.
Okay.
I mean, that was also before. So we don't know if that was also before Darcey cried on a date. Darcey could have screwed up the relationship in a million other ways. Also, the shit she's posting on Instagram. We find this all out in this scene that Cicero has been complaining about Darcey to the matchmaker. So they meet up, the matchmaker and Darcey, and Darcey's like, time to rat his house out.
Mm-hmm.
I bet our matchmaker doesn't want to be helping people who don't go on dates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get Cicero so he can't get no matches.
And the matchmaker, she's like, oh, that's unacceptable, but she ain't really that mad at Cicero.
No, she's not. I actually thought this was bad of her.
Yeah.
And
she was catty about the whole situation.
It could be how it was edited, but I mean, Cicero did stand her up after he said she was gonna go, and instead of like her saying like, oh, that sucks, let's, come up with a new plan and do something else.
Right.
Instead, she just gives a list of Cicero's issues with Darcey, like, oh, you better fix these things so you could date someone else.
Yeah, honestly, it's
like,
not good.
It didn't make any sense, like, why she did this. Like, this is why Cicero didn't like you.
Right.
And some of the reasons were, like, he said she's a drunk, which Jesse said, too. Did Tom say that?
I don't think Tom said it, but there were some drunken wine moments.
Did Georgie ever have any issues with her drinking? Does he drink a lot too?
I feel like Georgie drinks a lot too.
Maybe they all drink a lot.
But
I do suspect that Darcey's a drunk.
She had a few drunken moments with Tom. Remember, like,
yeah,
like when she was crying, the first thing. Also, Darcey.
That's probably why she cried.
The Tom era was your best look, Darcey.
She probably cried when she was with Cicero because she was drinking. Like, that probably made her cry.
Yeah.
But, so Cicero's like, that was a red flag, whatever. He also said they had some issue with her Instagram. Like, she was maybe flirting with guys on Instagram, which was super ironic because he got busted with a girl on his social media. So, I don't know. I also thought maybe he was going tit for tat with her. Mm. Like, maybe she was posting some flirty stuff. Mm-hmm. So he put a picture of himself up with a girl. Mm. That was like one thing that crossed my mind, but
not tit for tat.
You're not supposed to go tit for tat. So anyway, the matchmaker and her. So she's just like, and then she's like, "I got a list of therapists for you."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just like, "Have you considered therapy?" And Darcey was like, no, I already did the inner work. And she was like, there's more to be done.
The inner work. Yeah, and she puts it right. Hold it right there. There's more inner work to be done. Excuse me?
Alert.
You ain't perfect.
Alert. If you're not crammed, you're not perfect.
And, yeah, so I don't know how the matchmaker expected this to go. Like, you're providing a service to somebody. You can't just be like boxing their personality every time you interact with them.
Yeah, honestly, this matchmaker is rude as fuck. I'm not saying she's wrong about.
She's absolutely right about everything she said.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all valid mistakes.
But the delivery is trash.
Yeah. Like, and legit, Darcey does need a crazy amount of therapy.
Yeah. The
way she handles like rejection and stuff is clearly like she's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like the way she handled like Jesse and Tom,
Yeah, it's crazy because like I feel I can relate to Darcey's feelings, but it's like, how do you not have any foresight to like
keep that on the inside?
Yeah. I mean, like,
we're gonna get married over and over again.
He's like, chill out.
Yeah,
we all be a little crazy sometimes, but like, just keep it in. You gotta say it. Like,
I wonder if she was doing that stuff with Cicero.
God, I hope
she
not.
was like shaving her butt episode 2 so that she could like have sex with him. She wanted to have sex with Cicero after their first date.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's also like, she was trying to go fast.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
she was trying to go fast.
Go.
Anyway, so she fires the matchmaker.
Yeah, and the matchmaker is just like, yeah, that. So we'll see what happens next
Yeah.
episode. We'll see.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Darcey walks out all pissed. Matchmaker's like, I can't believe I got fired. I'm the shit. I think the matchmaker had some stuff too.
Yeah, the matchmaker has her own personality issues.
I feel like she had a thing like she couldn't believe she was fired or rejected by Darcey.
Yeah.
Like, I think she has some issues with being rejected also. I mean, who doesn't? Getting fired sucks, no matter what.
Yeah, I hate rejection, honestly. I'm not good at it. I've tried to avoid it.
Yeah. Same here.
That's why I have Cran.
Yeah. You wish Cran would reject you sometimes. She never leaves you alone.
Yeah, Cran never leaves me alone. But alright, y'all, I think that's the end of the video. So we're going to see you next week for another skippity dandy do episode of Darcey and Stacey, aka Darcey and Starcy. And
Daisy?
Daisy.
No, Daisy.
Daisy.
I mean, Daisy? No, Daisy.
Yeah. Starcy. Daisy and Starcy. We'll see you next week for Darcey and Stacey.
I would have kept being quiet forever. All right.
Bye, y'all.